There's the SS Floriana, a woman. Every ship that sails is a woman and behaves like one. A queen making an entrance. Women going to a sail. Wife listening to criticism. Wife answering back. Just like women, the fast ones have all the fun while the virtuous do the work. But they have one thing in common. They want a man to look after them while they continue to be the boss.
Starboard 15.
Starboard 15, sir. Steering scout!
Stopper!
Stop! Send this signal immediately! In case you don't know what to do with a ship, I propose to make the following suggestion!
Sit down, Captain Ebbs.
Thank you, Sir Angus.
I have your report here before me. Perhaps you care to expand that, Captain. Take your time.
I was perhaps a little overwrought. The heat.
We don't expect our captains to be overcome by the heat like girl guides at a picnic.
Sir Angus, I have given my life to this company since I was a cadet of 16. I had hoped that one day virtue would have its own reward, but I see that I was mistaken. So I'll now say good day to you, gentlemen. I'm now going off to get myself another job. And I might tell you, you're the biggest bunch of robbers since...
Captain Ebbs, sometimes you appear to be a bloody fool. Look, we are not here to sack you. We're here to promote you.
Captain Ebbs, for years you've kept ships like the Floriana afloat and her crew alive. And now, as a sign of recognition, we're going to give you the Queen Adelaide for one trip. Captain Buckle has been taken ill with German measles. If you're a success, we shall consider the appointment a permanency. If not, well, then we'll throw you out. All right?
Well, you've heard the news, brothers, and I'm sure it's come as a very nasty shock to you all. New captain's always a very unpleasant experience.
The company should have consulted us.
It's a dead liberty.
Yes. Quite frankly, it raises entirely new problems of administration.
What do you suggest, Herbert?
Well, we've got to be circumspect, Charlie.
Eh? In other words, play it pear-shaped.
Quite, Bernie. Who is it?
It's only me, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur. Come in.
Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. Give yourself a drink. I was just saying, there are only two kinds of captains, those who do...
And those who don't.
Precisely. Now, what we've got to find out is he or isn't he? Until then, we've got to be circumspect.
Pear-shaped, Arthur.
Quite, Bernie. Now, for example, Arthur, how many cigarettes have we taken aboard? Straight now.
2.5 million. 3 million.
And how many have got diverted?
250,000.
How many?
Well, say 500,000.
There you are, you see. Now, I suggest that until we find out, we make a small profit margin, say about 5%.
Can I help you?
I don't know. What's your name?
What's my name? What's yours?
Ebbs. I'm the new captain.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Can't be too careful, can we, sir? Always on the watch.
Chief officer aboard?
Now, let me see. I don't think he is, sir.
Second officer?
He's at the dentist, sir.
Third?
Funeral, sir.
Fourth?
Oh, he's on board, sir.
Where's he?
Down the bottom of the number 1 hold, sir.
Let's not wake him, shall we? What are those men doing?
Loading, sir. Oi! You're going the wrong way.
Don't be so silly.
Wrong way. Cold storage. That way.
Why don't you make up your mind?
Can I conduct you to your quarters, sir?
No, I'll manage. I expect you've got work to do.
Yes, sir.
I'm the new captain. What's your job?
The baby, sir.
Carry on.
Looking for something?
The captain's cabin.
Don't know, mate. Never been there.
I'll invite you one day.
It's the old man.
The new old man.
Captain Ebbs, sir.
Come in.
I got delayed, sir. Excuse me, won't you? My friend was taken queer on the chest. Couldn't get the breath.
Well, who are you?
Bertweed, sir. Tiny, they call me. I look after all the captains. Now, you just leave it to me, sir. I'll unpack all your lovely things. Oh, yes, it's all going to be lovely, sir. Mind you, I couldn't get here before on account of my friend. We live together, see? Have done ever since. Mind you, strictly platonic. I'll have the rest of your luggage brought up, sir.
Oh, this is it.
We do travel light, don't we, sir? Not like some captains I've known. Never mind, sir. You just tell me your little ways and I'll adapt round them. Oh, it's all give and take, isn't it, sir? Have you met everybody yet, sir?
No, not yet.
Of course, I mean, you'll find out for yourself. But I said to my friend, Mr. Ebbs will take some time to find himself like. And my friend said, well, he's got you. That's one good thing. Thinks the world of me, my friend does. They're a funny lot on this ship, sir. Not my cup of tea, most of them. But I just keep myself to myself. It's the best in the end, isn't it? We don't seem to have a stiff collar outfit, sir.
Should we? Should I?
Oh, yes, sir. It's all very la-di-da, you know, on this ship. My friend says, from what I say, it's the Chelsea Arts Ball every night when you're at sea, the full drag. Never mind, sir. I'll slip ashore and get you a full rig out. It's the purser, sir.
Oh, come in, purser.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you.
You'll ring if you want me, won't you, sir?
Yes, Bertweed. Well, Mr.
Whipplewell, sir.
Excuse me, sir. It's that bell push there. Will that be all, sir?
Thank you, Bertweed.
I trust everything's to your satisfaction, sir.
That's very fair, very fair. What's the idea of another wardrobe in the day cabin?
Hardly a wardrobe, sir. Your bar, sir, for your entertainment.
Mine?
And your guests, sir. Your first command of a passenger ship, sir?
Yes?
I had your predecessor's gear removed, sir, as soon as I heard of his indisposition.
Uh-huh. Mr. Prittlewell.
Sir?
I shall be holding an officers' meeting at 8 sharp tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, sir?
Certainly. We sail in 36 hours. I gather the chief officer isn't aboard.
I fancy not, sir.
Why not?
Mr. Shaw Wilson, sir, has many friends who press their hospitality.
Hello. Shaw Wilson? Who's there? Prittlewell? Hold on a second. And I'll say all that over again. New captain? When did all this happen? Yes, well, I've been rather out of touch the last few days. 8 o'clock? Well, good grief, the fellow must be raving. Oh, steady, darling. Uncle's just had a nasty shock.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Morning.
Morning. Chief officer aboard?
We're expecting him at any moment, sir.
Well, gentlemen, my appointment to this ship no doubt came as something of a surprise to you. But with your cooperation, I trust it will prove a success. Ah, Mr. Earnshaw. Long time since we sailed together.
It is that, sir.
Well, now, there's 2 points I'd particularly like to mention. Now, the first concerns alcohol. And the other concerns women. Now, both are all right in their place, but that's not here. An officer must concentrate on his duties with a clear head.
Must get aboard, darling. I'll ring you the moment I'm back in London. Aye, aye.
People talk a lot about the difference between a cargo ship and a passenger ship. Well, there's only one difference as far as I'm concerned, the freight that's carried. My theory is that passengers are only animated cargo. Mr. Wilson?
Sure, Wilson, actually, sir.
Won't you join us?
Oh, no, I don't want to intrude, son.
I'm sure you don't. All right, gentlemen, that'll be all, thank you. I should have preferred to have made your acquaintance earlier.
Yes, I know. I do apologize, sir, but I've been staying with the Purcells. Do you know the Purcells, sir?
No, mister, I do not.
Charming people, you know. They came home with us on the last trip. Of course, these old country mansions are usually lacking in the old mod cons, but they offered me a bed. Excuse me, sir. It's fully automatic. It's a marvelous ride. This is your first command of a passenger ship, I hear, sir.
It is. And now, if you'll kindly change into something approaching a uniform, I'd like to do a tour of the whole ship, providing you've no further social engagements.
It's an absolute Barclay.
Seamanship must be the first consideration, Ebbs. But for the passengers, it's the social side that counts. Our aim is to make every voyage a holiday for them. A courtship for the young, a second honeymoon for the middle-aged, and a rejuvenation for the elderly. Aren't you drinking, Ebbs?
Just water, sir.
You married?
No, Sir Angus, no.
And it may pay you to remember that the sea and the tropics sometimes have a peculiar effect on women traveling alone. Like gin.
Oh, beg pardon, sir.
No, come in, Purser. I was just leaving anyway.
I'll see you ashore, Sir Angus.
Don't bother. You've got more important things to do. Thank you. Good luck, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
You'll need it.
Excuse me, sir, the passenger list.
Oh, yes, Mr. Prittlewell. We full up?
Not a spare shed, sir. Highly satisfactory.
A lot of females aboard. We need the fire hoses, no doubt.
Fire hoses, sir?
Oh, well, never mind.
I was wondering, sir, if you'd like to go through your social engagements for the trip.
Well, what are they?
Oh, the usual number, sir. The captain's cocktail party, sports committee, debating society, deck tennis, old-time dancing, cinema, talent competition, divine service, bingo.
And who commands the ship while all this is going on?
Bingo, beauty competition, children's tea party.
Do the passengers expect all this?
The passengers expect everything, sir.
When does it all start?
This evening, sir, if the weather is clement.
Well, enjoying the weather?
Pretty blood. Bracing, sir.
Yes. How are the passengers?
Well, not very animated, sir.
How long did you give it, Mr. Shaw Wilson?
Well, there's a high-pressure system building up, sir. About 4 or 5 hours, I'd say.
I gave it to Gibraltar. Anything like luck? Morning, Bertweed.
Morning, sir. Lovely morning, I'm afraid, sir.
Oh, well, there it is. Couldn't last forever.
No, it's a shame, sir. It really is, knowing your feelings.
They'll all be crawling out of the bunks now, I suppose. Mad to get at it.
Never mind, sir. It's all a laugh, sir, isn't it? It's all a giggle.
Mr. Purser.
Major Broster?
You'll want me to organize a shuffleboard, of course.
Well, sir.
I've some experience in these matters.
We shall be honored, sir.
Oh, yes.
Good gracious, the sun's shining.
No, my dear fellow. You can't make real money by working for it. There are only 2 ways of getting it. You've either got to be born with it or marry it. Tanker, 5 points on the starboard bow. What do you think she is? Norwegian?
Chinese.
Mr. J, not for junior officers. Check the position on the chart.
Aye, sir.
Your colleagues are very health-minded, Canon.
They are not my colleagues, madam. I have come on this voyage for a holiday, even from my fellow clerics.
Ah, excellent, excellent.
All clear?
Yes?
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir!
Oh, business not too good, Mr. Prittlewell.
Well, ready for the fray now, Bernie. Got to make up for lost time.
Just you leave it to Bernie.
Pear-shaped? Now that the weather's improved, so I take it you'll be dining with the passengers.
Yes, I suppose so. I better see that list again to choose who's going to sit at my table.
I brought the seating plan with me, sir.
Who arranged this?
Head office, sir.
You mean to say I can't choose who I want myself?
Oh, no, sir. Head office always selects the people who...
There we are. Well, your good health.
To you.
Welcome to the captain's table. The privileged few, eh?
Delightful privilege.
Now, I'm in the chair. What will you have?
A martini, please.
Martini, Cannon?
Just cider for me, please.
Cider for Cannon Swingler and a dry martini.
Yes, sir.
Not too strong.
No, not too much gin, barman.
Not too much gin, sir.
I got these barmen organized, you know.
Mrs. Judd Coaxton, I'm Bill, do you? I'm from Wollonga. This is the sweetest lass that ever crossed Sydney Bridge. My wife, Gwenny.
Oh, my word, isn't that nice? How do you do?
How do you do?
Are you traveling with your husband?
No, I'm a widow. And you?
I'm just traveling without my husband. Major, I was wondering if you could tell us about the captain. Well, they say he spent every night on the bridge since we sailed.
Oh, how romantic.
How wasteful.
I don't know much about the fellow. I'll be interested to meet him myself.
Yes, we're all dying to see him. I love captains. They're always so handsome. Lovely uniforms.
Can't you let them down any further, sir?
I'm overstrung as it is, man.
Oh, dear. I did think I'd got it all lovely.
Have to wear a belt and trust to luck.
I'm not laughing, Mr. Ebbs. Don't think that, will you? Oh, it's all my fault, and on your first night, too.
Well, the bum freezer fits, that's something.
Marvellous, sir. Of course, you're like Fred Astaire. Evening dress becomes you.
Oh, Mrs. Lomax.
This is my son, Henry.
How do you do?
I always like sitting with my back to the engines.
And you'll have to lie down on the
Oh,
floor.
what's that, young man?
Now, Mrs. Lomax, what'll you have? A little sherry?
I'm afraid Mother doesn't hear very well. Mother.
Scotch on the rocks.
What am I going to say to all these people?
How about a comical story, sir?
I don't know any.
Captain Buckle had quite a nice one. He used to tell it every trip. I've heard him make it last right through to the suite. Went down very well, sir.
Well, what was it?
What was it? Now you've asked.
Passion fruit, sir. How's she going?
Have you tried Australian beer? Welcome to the captain's table, Mr. Reddish.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I read a lot of your books, and I simply adored them.
Very noble of you.
I'm writing one now.
Well, I'm attempting to, but it doesn't come. London, you know, the distraction everywhere, the distraction. One can't hold the mood.
Yes, but perhaps at sea.
Well, one hopes so, one's told so. Peace, you know. A large brandy, barman.
You traveled on this ship before, Major?
No, that's why I'm interested. I happen to be rather a large shareholder in the line. Sir Angus, the chairman, is a good friend of mine. Tommy Barker. But I always say...
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I have the seating plan for the captain's table.
Ah, good. Give it to me. I'll organize it. I always say just treat me like anybody else.
I've already explained to the Major, sir. It must have been a regrettable typing error at head office.
Rubbish. Head office know me very well. I always sit at the captain's table, no matter who the captain is.
I assure you, Major Broster.
It may interest you to know, though I don't like bringing it up, that I'm a large shareholder in the line and a personal friend of Sir Angus. I don't ask for special treatment, but I don't ask for gratuitous insult either.
It will be put right at once, Major Broster.
Very well, we'll say no more. I gather you're new to this job, Captain. I hope I shall be able to speak well of you to Sir Angus.
We must do something.
I'll arrange it so one gets used to this sort of thing. In passenger ships, everything would go perfectly if it weren't for the passengers.
Oh, dear, Mr. Ebbs, that head office.
You remember that story yet?
Yes, sir, but I shan't tell it very well. I'm too upset.
Well, out with it.
It's about a naval lieutenant, sir. He went to a dance, see, and there he met a very, very pretty young lady. She was an American, and she was wearing a brooch on her chest, and he couldn't take his eyes off it, the brooch. You see, sir, it was one of those little brooches they have with Navy signaling flags on them, you know, sir.
No.
Well, they do, sir. So the madam says to the lieutenant, I see you're admiring my brooch. It was a present from my husband. He's a flag lieutenant, and these little flags on it read, I love you. Well, of course, the lieutenant knew the signaling manual, and he knew that there wasn't a signal for love.
Is that it?
Oh, no, sir. When he got back to his ship, he looked up the manual, and he found out that what the little flags really read was permission to lay alongside. They fair lapped it up when Captain Buckle told it, sir.
Yeah, well, I'll tone it down a bit for the ladies.
You will, sir. Well, be very careful, sir.
Do I look all right?
Lovely, sir. Oh. Oh, your socks. You haven't got your suspenders on.
Never wear them.
Oh, but you must, sir. It spoils the effect. Take mine.
Certainly not.
Just for tonight, sir. Just to please me. I shan't rest otherwise, sir.
Yes, I really was overtired. So my doctor ordered me a complete change. Here I am. Yeah, a complete change.
Excuse me, Canon. I'm afraid the powers that be have made a slight error.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
Oh, no, indeed, sir. I've done my best to rectify it. It's just a question of changing the seating slightly. Here we are, sir. Home from home.
Good evening, Canon.
I thought you'd like it, sir. tables at the far end, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I wonder if the story about...
Whenever I get on shipboard, it always seems to me that there's...
I was wondering if any of you had heard the story about the naval lieutenant.
Partaking soup, sir?
What? Oh, thank you.
No, sir. No, don't worry. It'll do it good.
Well, this naval lieutenant went to a dance on a ship, you see. And he met a young girl, and she was wearing a brooch with little signaling flags on it.
Steward, brown bread, please, whole meal. Must have plenty of roughage at sea, you know. Very important.
Well, she was a very, very pretty girl. Very pretty.
And Barrett said, ludicrous, I grant you, but ruddy difficult.
For whom the turbot?
Yes, thank you. Do tell us your story, Captain.
Oh, well, the lieutenant kept looking at the brooch on her chest, and the girl said, oh, this was a present from my husband, and the little flags read, I love you.
How many flags were there, Captain?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
Oh, pardon me, I just wanted to get the details straight.
Don't louse up the story, Bill.
I'm not lousing it up.
Yeah, well, the lieutenant knew all about signals, of course. So,
I don't know any lieutenants, but I knew a lot of admirals during the war, personal friends.
But he didn't say anything to the girl. Oh, I forgot to tell you, she was an American.
I think it's absolutely beastly the way those American girls get hold of all the best men, don't you?
Frankly, it's never bothered me.
But he knew there was no signal for love.
Poor boys. They're so sweet and gullible, some of them.
Condiments for madam?
So he looked it up in his signaling manual.
Where did he keep it?
Well, in his desk, I suppose. He looked it up when he got back.
Oh, really? You don't mind my asking?
Well, when he looked up the signal, of course, it didn't read I love you at all.
I think I know this story.
I'm sorry, sir.
What the little flags really read was...
Steward, I always make my own salad dressing. You better get used to it right away. I shall require some vinegar, tarragon vinegar. You have it? Good. Best olive oil, white lemonade, clove of garlic, parsley, sprig of porridge.
And some salad?
Yes, of course.
And do tell us all about it.
I'm sure you'll be terribly bored.
Oh, no, we really.
Really? Well, the Bismarck was here. We were steaming along, making smoke. Now, you've got an aircraft carrier, and Anne, you've got a submarine. Now...
Haven't we got anything?
And I am convinced that a well-mixed salad is the secret of health. Contains all the vitamins and certain salts and minerals as well.
Do go on, Captain.
Oh, well, as I said, it didn't mean I love you at all. But what the flags on the signal, I mean the signal on the flags really read was permission to come to bed.
I call that damn crude.
What was that? The soup must have got into it. I didn't hear.
Just as well, I should say.
Signal received, Captain.
Turbot was rather good, wasn't it?
But I thought you didn't have any, Captain.
You travelling for pleasure, Miss...
Oh, no, I'm going out to be married. How's meeting me at Sydney?
We passed Gibraltar, you know.
I wish you'd put in there, Captain. I'd like to see those monkeys on the rocks.
Apes, sir, apes. There's an interesting tradition.
Oh, go on, Bill. You can see all the monkeys you want in Taronga Park Zoo.
Apes, madam.
Rhesus apes.
Yeah, well, these monkeys are different monkeys.
Well, I can't see how any monkey's different from any other monkeys.
Well, really, madam, it's...
Now, see here, Gwenny, since when did you set yourself up as an authority on monkeys?
Ever since I married into your family, Bill Coke.
I'll thank you not to insult my family in front of strangers.
Insult your family? Very funny.
I'm going back to the bar.
And don't you come crawling back to me when you're dead drunk.
Now, Mr. Coke. Oh, madam, I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon.
Is something happening?
The bridge. I'm wanted.
Yes, Angus? All right, all right. Yeah?
Excuse me, sir, but are you busy?
No, I'm just killing time till we get to Sydney. Why?
My name's Tony Millington, and I thought... We wondered... Can you marry us?
But surely she's engaged already.
That's all over now.
You'd better come inside.
Thank you, sir.
Look, don't you think that, well, isn't this a bit sudden? I mean, at dinner, you...
Dinner, I hadn't met Tony.
It happened on the boat deck.
What did?
Suddenly we knew.
But it's after midnight. It's late. Well, I suppose you both made up your own minds. I'll just go and polish up on the procedure, excuse me. Oh, it says here I can't. I can't.
Can't what, sir?
It is forbidden by the Marriage Act of 1949.
But I want to get married tonight.
Well, don't get upset. I mean, it's just as big a shock to me.
How can it be? You don't want to marry Tony.
Well, it'll keep for a day or two, won't it? It's not one of those shotgun weddings, is it?
How dare you, sir? Now, you may be the captain, but I'm not going to let you insult my fiancée. Why, she's the sweetest,
All right,
purest...
all right, all right. Don't go raving mad. Look, why not be engaged instead, huh? Engaged? I'm holding a cocktail party tomorrow night. Now, I'll make a formal announcement then.
Now, in the event of an emergency, I don't want you to panic. There is no danger if everyone keeps his head. I saw that clearly enough when I was torpedoed. Every time. I now want to demonstrate the correct way to put on a life jacket. May I have a volunteer? A lady? Now, do you know how to put one of these things on in 5 seconds flat?
No.
Good. I'll show you. Raise your arm, Miss Pia.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, sir. Want on deck for boat drill, sir?
Not now. I've just started work.
Won't take long, sir.
But it's a question of mood, man. Mood.
Regulation, sir.
It's all a question of touch. Now we tie it. Left over right. Right over left. Otherwise we get a granny. With practice, you can do it in the dark.
Those figures are only corrected against the profit and loss under the impressed account system. But the above-the-line entries will be set down against the items made in a subsequent account. On my last ship,
I used to jot this down on the back of a calendar.
Rather bigger problem here, sir.
It is, Mr. Brittlewell, it is. Where do you wish me to sign?
Here, sir. So if you'd like to sign some of these blank pages, I needn't trouble you again until the end of the voyage.
You remember the old Acteon Star, Mr. Brittlewell?
Very, very well, sir.
A famous old ship. Very clever man, the purser. Should be coming out of prison next year, if I remember right. Well, where do you want me to sign?
Perhaps I'd better double-check, so one can't be too careful, can one?
All right, Mr. Purser.
Very good, sir.
Any time, always here, you know.
Now, let's run over these bits once again, shall we? Left over right, right over left. You inflated?
No, it's all me.
Good evening, Mrs. Lomax. I hope you brought your son.
Yes, I liked it. We lived in India for years.
I was talking about your son.
No, Calcutta.
Captain Ebbs, sir.
Yes, Bertweed.
Keep circulating, sir. Never give them time to take aim. Martini?
Excuse me, Mrs. Lomax.
No, thanks, I have one.
Are you married, Doctor?
Oh, yes, indeed, madam. 15 years.
And there she was with her bottom in the air. It took them 2 weeks to scrape it.
Keep circulating, Mr. Shaw Wilson.
Oh, Captain. It was so sweet of you to ask me to your lovely party.
I'm very glad you could come.
Are you, Captain? Were you hoping I'd stay away?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
I didn't say anything, madam.
Ah.
Your cider, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Steward, can you tell me, that is, are you expecting the other ecclesiastical gentlemen?
Oh, no, sir. They're invited to the next one.
Hold it. Just a minute, Captain. Over here. That's the boy. All right, put your arm around her. That's right.
I hope the breach of last night is healed.
That's nothing, just a lover's tip.
Gwenny's the sweetest lass that ever crossed Sydney Bridge. Now, one with you, Major. Huh? Go on, be in it. Don't be afraid. Get in there. That's the stuff. Well, put your arm around him. He's not going to bite you.
You know, Captain, this is a second honeymoon for us.
Good, good.
That's fine.
Oh, I wanted a word with you, Captain. I'm only an ordinary passenger like the rest, you understand.
Yes, Major.
But I'm rather surprised I hadn't been asked to serve on the sports committee. Every other captain I sail with has been after me like a shot.
Well, I'll see to it that your services are made use of at the earliest possible moment.
And another thing, the tap in my cabin goes drip, drip, drip all night. I haven't had a proper wink of sleep since we left England.
Well, I'll have a word with the purser at once.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, I knew you'd struggle back to me.
I'm just going to have a word with the purser.
But you will come and have a drink with me later, won't you?
Well, I'm afraid that I...
25.
Age what?
No, 825, the number of my cabin.
Oh, excuse me.
Miss Porter Williams. Who? The engaged couple, sir. They're just arriving.
Oh, yes, yes, thank you. Excuse me.
That's all right. Dan can wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, play silence for the captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, a captain has many duties to perform on a voyage. Some of them pleasant, and some not so pleasant. This is one of the pleasant ones. I have great pleasure in announcing the engagement of Miss Annette Porter Williams and Mr. Tony
Muggs. Dickie Muggs of Brisbane.
Mr. Richard Muggs of Brisbane.
Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, please.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, so exciting. Much better than the brochures.
They don't put everything in the brochures, you know.
Mr. J, I'll relieve you of the danger of you setting fire to your trousers.
Under Captain Buckle...
It's only one step to beer in the chart room and women in the wheelhouse. Mr. J, kindly give my compliments to the chief officer and ask him to come to the bridge immediately. You'll find him by number...
Number 5 lifeboat, sir.
Number 5 lifeboat.
Evening, sir. Mr. Brickwood, what is all this?
I beg your pardon, sir?
But you appear to be dressed for some sort of sporting event.
Oh, Captain Buckle always said the middle watch keepers could dress for comfort, sir.
I don't care if you appear on duty stark naked under Captain Buckle. Under my command, company regulations will be strictly observed. Now go below and put on a proper uniform. And get that chimney stack out of sight.
Aye, sir.
You wanted me, sir?
I did. Mr. J, go into the chart room.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Shaw Wilson, just what do you think you're up to?
I've just been enjoying the night air, sir.
I mean, on the boat deck, the whole place is like a rabbit warren.
Well, the habits of the rabbits, the passengers are no concern of ours, eh?
No, but the habits of the chief rabbit... I mean, the chief officer's very much a concern of mine, sir.
But under Captain Buckle...
I don't want... You will report to me first thing in the morning. Good night, Mr. Shaw Wilson.
Hello, Captain. You didn't come to A25, sweetie.
Mrs. Porteous.
Oh, call me Daphne.
Madam, I insist you leave this cabin immediately.
What are you going to do? Call out the guard?
Madam, it's after midnight. Mrs. Porteous, think of Mr. Porteous.
Oh, he's very sweet, too, you know. You'll love him when you meet him. Aren't you going to give him a drink?
I think you've had enough.
But it's my birthday. Come on, give me a little drink. And then we'll have a little talk. And then I'll go.
You promise?
But of course I promise. Come on, come on.
The drinks are out here, in the day cabin.
No, Captain. I want them in here. It's much cozier.
What do you want?
Gin, my angel. It has a lovely effect on me.
And tonic?
Don't be mean with the gin, Captain. Thank you. Where's yours? Oh, never mind. We can share this. Sit down. No, not there. Sit down here. Come on. Sit down. That's better. Let's relax. Albert, dear.
Madam.
You wake up the whole ship.
Madam, I am the captain of this ship. I'm expected to set a good example to the crew. And I may add to the passengers.
What is this?
Don't touch that! Madam, madam.
Call me Daphne.
Bridge?
Madam, think of the neighbors. Think of the Sunday papers. Mrs. Porteous.
That was fun. What are you going to do now?
Don't move. Don't make a sound. Stay there. Yes?
Anything wrong, sir?
No, Mr. Brickwood. Why should there be?
I thought you called on the voice pipe, sir.
Oh, that. Bit of a nightmare. Failing of mine. Sorry to disturb the bridge.
I see, sir.
Must have dozed off. Tiring day, you know. Pleased to see you keeping such a good watch, Mr. Brickwood. Good night.
Well, good night, sir.
Good night, Mr. Brickwood.
Hello, Captain. Have you got a light?
Oh, just came up for a little fresh air. Lovely moon, eh? You pay no attention to me. Just carry on with the watch.
You sure you're not going to be chilly, sir?
What, me? No, I was hot in my mess jacket. Take your own jacket off if you want to, Mr. Brickwood. Loosen your collar. We can relax company regulations in the middle watch, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Love is the sweetest thing.
Da-dee-da-da-dee.
Sir?
What? Oh, nothing. I was just singing to myself. Join in if you like, Mr. Brickwood. Join in. As love's own story, love is the strangest thing. No song of birds upon the wing shall in our hearts more sweeter sing. Mr. J, I don't suppose you've got such a thing as a cigarette, have you? Huh?
Well, as I thought it was allowed. Only doing my duty, sir, encouraging the social life of the ship. The poor girl was lonely, sir. I love her. If I have the continued honor to serve under your command, sir, it will never happen again. It wasn't me at all, sir. It was the second officer.
Good morning, sir. Ready for a nice little breakfast, sir?
No.
Now, sir. We must keep up our strength. I'll get you a nice little egg.
I don't want a nice little egg.
Oh, what would you like me to do with these, sir? There seems to be a message, sir.
These foolish things will remind you of me. A25.
It's the chief officer, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yes, Mr. Shaw Wilson?
You told me to report to you, sir.
I did? What for?
On the bridge last night, sir. Little matter of being with a lady, sir.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, I should have expected from you, Mr. Shaw Wilson, a little more discretion. That's all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Morning, sir.
I'll return them personal, sir. A25. If you only knew some of the things I've taken back for some of my captains, sir.
Bertweed, you realize, of course, that I was on the bridge.
Of course, sir.
Another night like last night and I'm done for. I didn't know the captains came in for this sort of thing.
Why, bless you, sir, he's the prize pippin of the lot.
Well, isn't there anything I can do about it?
May I speak, sir?
Well?
You've got to get yourself a wife and family, sir.
Oh, Bertwick, I can hardly marry and raise a family in a single voyage.
Oh, I didn't mean in the flesh, sir. Just something to keep the flies away. It's my friend's niece, sir, so you're quite safe. Just put it on your desk with a few flowers, and it's as strong as DDT. Well, I'll be going to A25, sir. Her name's Alice.
Who?
Your wife, sir.
Oh. Huh. All right, Bertwick, thank you. I shall cherish her.
Lovely girl, sir, before she lost her figure.
Two hearts.
Staying on board, gentlemen?
Well, we've got somewhere.
Colombo, sir.
Colombo.
2 spades.
3 diamonds. Double. Sorry, sir, thought you'd be going ashore. Military jet next door wants your pipes looked at.
My pipes?
Yeah, keeping him awake. He says the thing that used to go drip, 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 now goes thump, thump, thump.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. Passengers going ashore are reminded that there will be a continuous half-hourly service between the ship and the landing stage. Passengers should return aboard not later than 9 p.m. The ship will sail at midnight.
How much longer refueling, Mr. Anshaw?
Oh, several hours yet. We've only just started.
Away by midnight, then, huh?
Oh, aye.
I'd like to have seen a bit more of you during the trip, Chief.
Forget it. I know what you're up against. Passengers. Well...
Hey, Chief. How about a drink?
That's an idea.
Not often we have the ship to ourselves. Well, Chief, how do you like the captain's palace, eh?
You'll not be dying of thirst anyway.
Remember the old Floriana?
Aye, she was a cow of a ship.
To the Floriana, Chief.
To the Floriana.
I say, excuse me, but,
Yes?
I know it's the most frightful cheat, but, could I marry you?
Oh, yes!
Lovely place, Colombo.
5 hearts.
Sorry.
Hello? What's this?
How's the wife?
Didn't know you were married. What's her name?
DDT. Keeps the flies off.
Here's to our wives.
To our wives.
Here, miss?
Just there.
I reckon we're the only ones left on board, miss. You, me, and the old man. What about this one, miss?
Just leave it.
Will that be all, miss?
Mm-hmm.
I give you the toast of my favorite passenger, Major Bruster. To Major Bruster.
Major Bruster.
Maybe you'll get shot by a tiger.
Well, to work.
To work.
Who? Work. We're still refueling.
Oh, no, Chiefy. I'll let me refuel you.
Oh, not for me, lad. And I'd turn in if I were you.
I'm not drunk, you know.
No. But I'd turn in just the same.
All right, Chiefy. All right. Goodbye, Chiefy, old scout. Be good to the boilers. Be Be good to him.
That's my job.
Goodbye, Chiefy. Lloyd George knew my father. Father knew Lloyd George. Lloyd George knew my father. Father knew Lloyd George. Lloyd George knew my father. Father knew Lloyd George. Lloyd George knew my father.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Your servant. May I sit?
Of course.
We are alone. I have a hell of a life. Nobody loves me. Poor old Ebbs.
Captain, I do believe you've been drinking.
I am a drunken beast.
Well, you have a lot to put up with.
Oh, now there you understand. Let me hold your hand. Where is it? Oof, thank you.
Don't you think you ought to go to your cabin?
You know, you're very, very pretty.
Yes, I think you'd better go to your cabin. Come along, Captain, and I'll help you up the ladder. Yes, there we are. Up. Wait.
I don't need any help. Thank you. There you are, made it. Didn't need any help.
Very good. Shall we?
Back early, sir. Captain on board? I believe so, sir. Good, I want a word with him. Some of his crew don't seem to be able to hold their liquor ashore.
Here we are. It's my wife. That's the little woman, Kathleen.
Oh, really?
And my two little darlings.
Charming. Now, where's your cabin?
In there.
Good. Come along, Captain. Kathleen.
Oh, dear madam, I can't bear to think of Mr. Albert being poorly.
Oh, nonsense. He's drunk. I'm going to find some aspirins, make some coffee. We must get him on his feet before we sail.
Poor Mr. Albert. I must just peep.
Help me get her to her cabin.
The madam, the poor madam.
Anchor secured, sir. Thank you. Port 15.
Port 15, sir. Port 15 on.
Full ahead together.
Full ahead together, sir.
Two short blasts, sir?
Two short blasts.
Oh, and we won't forget the beauty competition this afternoon, will we, sir? Never mind, sir. It's all a laugh, sir, isn't it? It's all a giggle. Yes. Oh, that'll be the madam, sir. The madam, sir.
Good morning, Captain. You asked to see me?
Yes, it's very good of you to come. Please sit down. Mrs. Judd, I want to offer you my deepest apologies for... You have every reason for complaint.
How are you this morning, Captain?
Mortified. I seem to remember trying to force my attentions.
You were perfectly charming to me.
Was I?
Of course.
Well, then you're not going to complain to the board?
Nobody will ever know.
Mrs. Judd, you're very kind.
Nonsense, Captain. I only gave you a helping hand, just as your wife would have done.
Now, Maine, 84%.
Main 84%.
Teeth, 97.
Teeth 97.
Girth, 92.
Girth 92.
Rump, 84.
Rump 84. I don't get it, Major.
Quite simple. So many points from top to bottom.
It's the maddest way to judge a beauty contest.
I was in the cavalry.
38.
%100%.
Janine? Janine, in here. Here, slip this on. It's lucky I had a spare. And the bottoms. Looks silly they don't match. Tight. But of course they're tight. It's no good if they're loose. Well, let's hope it holds anyway. Come on. Janine, hurry up. Janine.
Welcome from the Tinies, Captain. The Captain! Look, kiddies! The Captain! Kiddies! 3 cheers for the Captain!
Good afternoon, children.
I let them get down as much as possible, and then we play games. You will stay, sir, won't you? Of course you will. Now, I'll take you round. You know, they'll never forgive me if I don't introduce the Captain. Now, this is Terence Coates.
Huh?
His people are at your table.
Oh. Well, who are you supposed to be, little man?
I'm not supposed to be anybody. I'm me.
Oh, I see. Well, you having a good time?
No, I want to play murder. I always play murder at parties.
Well, we'll play murder later, huh?
Captain, this is Harriet.
Ah.
I want to play murder now.
When do the games begin, Miss McGibbon? I'm looking forward to those.
Any moment now, sir. I'm so glad you want to see.
Oh, yes, I do. I do indeed.
Just high spirits, sir. Terence didn't mean it. Did you, Terence?
Allow me, madam. Just to show there's no hard feelings, Terence.
Children!
Thank you for a lovely party. Thank you.
Captain dear, are you all right?
Never felt better in my life. May I have the pleasure of this dance, madam? Right, Bertweed, now you're the lady. Well, don't dither, man, here. Right, now the man places his right hand flat on the lady's back, slightly higher than in the center. Yeah. His left arm is extended, the elbow is bent down, and his hand shall be almost on a level with the base of his ear. Yeah, well, it's all perfectly simple. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Well, here's the cash you've taken at the bar, Bernie, and here are the takings we're handing over to the company to tally with the stock. Naturally, they tally. That leaves us with 120 quid apiece.
Not bad, not good. Difficult for a bloke to make a living these days.
I promised my wife a new fur coat this trip. You've got to keep up appearances ashore.
I know. I've got it. Tomorrow night is the gala fancy dress ball. It's our last chance. I'll get them drinking champagne.
Ah, now you're talking. We haven't worked the champagne lark for some time.
Now, Bertweed, we will try the slow foxtrot.
Not again, sir.
Certainly. This time you may be the gentleman. Come in. Ah, Mr. Purser. You may go, Bertweed.
Your signature, sir.
Sad to think the voyage is nearly over. I was just getting into the swing of things.
Yes, indeed, sir.
I wonder, Purser, would you say I was, on the whole, a not unsuccessful captain?
Oh, most certainly, sir. It's been a great pleasure serving under your command. I trust I shall do so for many years to come.
Well, thank you, Purser.
In fact, sir, I wanted to ask you, as it's the last night of the voyage, to accept champagne at your table, sir, as a token of my personal esteem.
Oh, come now.
Well, sir, I'd much rather give it to you than leave it untouched in the ship.
What, you mean that nobody on board drinks champagne?
Well, consumption's been very low, so they seem to have lost the taste.
Well, you leave that to me, Purser. I'll tell them what jolly good champagne the company's got aboard. And they'll be ordering it by the bucket.
Very good of you, sir.
Last night of the voyage, ladies and gentlemen. I drink to you. To all of you.
Lovely giggle water.
A good vintage, I must say, Captain.
Now, this is with the compliments of the company, and I hope you'll order lots more during the evening.
He wants us to order more during the evening.
What?
All right, quiet, ladies and gents, please. Now, I'm going to propose a toast to the bloke who's done a damn fine job this trip. Anyone who can spend an afternoon enjoying himself with my kid deserves a medal. To the pommy, I'd take me out up to any day. Ladies and gents, the captain.
The captain, the captain.
Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say all of us.
Send her victorious, happy and glorious.
And so say all of us.
You see, they haven't any cider left, so I have to drink champagne.
You dance well, Captain.
Oh, do you really think so? Going well, I think.
I'm very proud of you. It's a great success.
All alone, young lady?
Yes.
We must find a partner for you. Ah, Mr. Shaw Wilson. Yes, sir? I have a pleasant duty for you. I'm sure you'd like to dance with this young lady. Well, as a matter of fact, sir, I'm rather busy at the moment. Must encourage the social life of the ship, eh?
Good evening.
Good evening.
May I have the pleasure?
Thank you. Oh, this is fun, isn't it?
I've been itching to dance with you ever since we left London.
You're a wizard dancer.
Where do you live in England?
Crofton.
There's a castle there or something, isn't there?
Yes, that's where we live.
In the castle?
Yes, Daddy bought it last year.
It's so silly of me, but for a moment, you know, I've forgotten your last name.
Pritchard. Maud Pritchard.
No relation to Pritchard Motors, I suppose.
Yes, Daddy does make cars and things.
I believe I know your brother.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'm an only child.
Ah. You know, it was worth waiting to dance with the most beautiful girl on board.
I'm not beautiful.
Oh, to me you are. And to me, you're a wizard dancer.
Well, tomorrow it'll all be over.
The end of the voyage isn't necessarily the end of the world.
There's something I want to tell you.
Yes.
Ah, they've emptied the pool.
Oh, never mind. There's plenty of nice and cool water overboard.
You're fuller than a boarding-house pudding. Let's go down the back.
Yoo-hoo!
Ahoo!
What was it you wanted to tell me?
Oh, yes, well, it's about that photograph.
Which?
The one in my cabin of my wife.
Oh, yes.
Well, you see, it's...
sir. Major Broster wants to have a word with you, sir.
Not now, surely.
I think you ought to come, sir.
Where is he?
By the dance floor, sir.
Where the blazes has the captain got to? Where is he?
Just look at that, sir. Smell it, taste it.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Wrong with it? On your recommendation, I ordered and paid for champagne, Paul Rocher 49. And what do I get? Cider?
It's impossible.
Well, try it then, madam, try it. Well, madam?
It is cider.
Mr. Brickwood, kindly fetch the purser.
Lining your pockets at the passenger's expense, eh? Well, we've caught you. The company shall know of this.
I assure you it will be put right. It's all a mistake.
Mistake? You're a crook, sir.
We're slipping. We ought to have known the old buzzard wouldn't fall for it.
If you'll all just keep calm and wait for the purser.
The purser refuses to come, sir.
Ah, so it's mutiny too now, eh?
Oh, pipe down, you old fool!
I'll get you with this, Ebbs. I'll cable Sir Angus. You'll lose your command. I'll have you hounded out of the company.
Wouldn't you like a bite of supper, sir?
Better pack my belongings, Bertweed. Although I doubt if a captain's uniform is what is worn in Sydney jail.
Not jail, sir.
Embezzlement, Bertweed. Assaulting a passenger. Yes?
I'm terribly sorry to bother you and all that. Terribly sorry. But you see, sir...
I told him, but he's so impetuous.
I was sort of, well, actually thinking of getting married. I thought that, well, sir, as you had nothing to do at the moment, I was wondering whether you would
I told you!
We think there might be a passenger overboard, sir.
What?
This was found on the rails. It belonged to Mrs. Porteous. Apparently, she tried to go over the side earlier this evening.
Are you searching the ship?
Yes, sir.
Right, I'll come on the bridge.
We've reached the position where she was last seen on board, sir.
Now stand by below.
Stand by below, sir.
Accident boats ready?
All ready for lowering, sir.
I will stay in the area till daylight. Stop her.
Stop by the engine, sir.
Sparks.
Yes, sir.
Signal our position to any ships in the neighborhood.
Aye, sir.
And tell them to keep a sharp lookout for a cat.
Excuse me, sir. Did I ever tell you my friend was psychic?
No, you didn't. And this isn't the time.
Well, it's quite true, sir. And I suppose over the years it's spread. Mind you, I don't often get a message myself, sir, but this time I did.
Bertwood, you've been drinking.
Oh, no, sir. A25, sir. Follow me. C83, sir.
I thought you said A25.
Oh, call me Daphne.
But we're both men of the world, damn it. We may have had our little differences on the voyage, but surely we can part good friends. Better men than I have fallen under the magical spell of the ocean.
Major Broster, the situation on which I intruded last night doesn't call for an official report. But, no doubt it would be of interest to Sir Angus, and a cause of some distress to your wife.
Ah, yes. I mustn't hurt my wife. Besides, she's a woman of extremely quick temper. Surely we can come to some understanding.
Yes, of course. There's just one thing. As captain of this ship, I have to enter in the log the reason why we altered course last night and why the ship was searched.
But you have to put in every detail.
I can't leave anything out. It's against the law. I might lose my command, Major.
Captain Ebbs, let us not be too hasty. I have, as you know, great influence in the line. Perhaps if I were to write a letter...
A letter, Major?
To Sir Angus on the lines, magnificent voyage, first-class captain, must be retained in his command.
And that seems to be an excellent idea. Allow me to dictate it. Are you ready? My dear Angus.
My dear Angus.
Very good morning to you, gentlemen. I trust I find you well.
Thank you, sir.
What's the matter with you, Mr. Shaw Wilson? You look a little down.
Me, sir? No, sir. As a matter of fact, it's the happiest day of my life.
Indeed, and why is that?
I'm engaged to be married, sir. To the most beautiful girl in the world.
Well, congratulations. May I ask the lady's name?
Pritchett Motors, sir. At least her father is. She's an only child.
I suppose that means you'll be giving up the sea.
Yeah, that's the general idea, sir. If I may, sir, I should like to thank you for the introduction.
Not at all, Mr. Shaw Wilson, not at all.
We're alongside, gentlemen.
Alongside where?
Sydney, sir.
Already? Fella keeps on interrupting.
Take it easy, brothers. Don't you take it easy, brother. You're in good hands now.
Sherry for you, gin for me.
Oh, dear. Farewell drinks are so sad, aren't they?
Oh, why call it a farewell drink?
Because it is, Albert, dear, isn't it?
You remember I had something to tell you last night?
Yes.
Oh, it's a confession, really. Oh, not an unpleasant one, I assure you. One that I hope will put things,
yes,
you and me, in a different light. Well, you see... Come in.
Pardon, sir. One of the passengers wants to see you, sir.
Tiny, I thought I'd told you distinctly I was not to be disturbed.
Seems rather special, sir.
Oh, all right. Shan't be long. Don't go away.
No, I won't.
Oh, Captain, this is my fiancé, Harold.
I want to thank you, sir, for taking such good care of my little girl. She says she's had a wonderful trip. It's something she'll never forget.
It's something that I shan't forget either. Well, you're a lucky man. What's your name?
Harold.
Yes, Harold. You're a lucky man.
Ah, Captain. I wanted to say goodbye. I've behaved rather badly, haven't I?
Well, Mrs. Porsche,
No, call me Daphne.
All right, Daphne. You saved me last night.
I thought I ought to make amends to you. The Major was quite a surprising man when you got to know him. Nice person, Mrs. Judd.
Yes, delightful.
But I must say I never thought you'd succeed in hooking you.
Hooking me.
Oh, don't look so innocent, Albert, darling. Surely you've heard of the widow's clues?
You mean that she was planning to...
To marry you? Of course.
But I'm already married.
That photograph. You don't know much about us girls, do you? Well, goodbye, Albert, dear. And thank you for a lovely trip.
Us girls.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir, but the madam says she'll see you at dinner as she isn't disembarking till tomorrow, sir.
Bert, we'd kindly tell Mrs. Judd I've been called away on duty and wish her a very good bye from me.
Goodbye, sir, but I thought you were...
And we were wrong, Bertweed. I'm going up on the bridge. Let me know when she's left this ship, for good.
There was a message from the lady in B26, sir.
And what time is she arriving, Bertweed?
Any moment, sir.
It's all a laugh, Tiny, isn't it? It's all a giggle.